Well, hello everyone. This is Chris Burris with Automation MD, creating business out through automation. And we have Cory Bendixen here from Infusionsoft, one of the top salespeople at Infusionsoft. And I've asked him to share a few tips with you small business owners on how you can sell more effectively in your business. You know, when I talk to a lot of small business owners, they say, well, I'm not a salesperson, but the reality is you are. You're constantly selling, and like it or not, you're going to have to wear that hat. And you don't need to be a used car salesman to be successful. Cory actually has some really good tips that he's going to share with us today to help you sell more effectively in your business. Cory, take it away.
Thanks, Chris. So really, it's dynamic. Whether you're coming from that situation where you don't feel like you are a salesman, but I truly believe you can be, or maybe you are that salesman and maybe want to get a little bit better. So one of the mistakes I fell into, Chris, when I first started selling is, I'm the most knowledgeable. I'm the alpha male or alpha female, and I want to dominate the conversation. I want to be in control, and I end up doing all the talking. And I quickly found out and I learned that that's not the right approach. That's not it. And what I found is very powerful is the power of what's called open-ended questions. There's two types of questions that you can ask. That is a closed-ended question and an open-ended question. For example, a closed-ended usually yields a yes or no answer or a one-word answer. And that leads into a very choppy conversation. Versus an open-ended question really says, tell me your thoughts on this. What's caused you to do this? Tell me more about that. And what it does is it gets them talking. And what happens is I found that they will spill their guts. They'll tell you exactly what they want and what they need, and that's what you want at that moment. And I found out that after I asked that question, I've turned into a very good listener. You actually have to sit back and listen, because they will prescribe to you exactly what they want. And so you sit back and become a very good listener. Now, not every listener is the same. It's actually an art that I found out. And what that means is, have we ever talked to that person where you're speaking and they're just like almost antsy? As soon as you pause or you do this, they're going to cut you off and just start talking. We know people like that, right? Whereas you're listening, you're engaged, asking additional questions, whatever, and you're really showing that you really do care about them.
I think that's important because, whenever I speak to a salesperson, I want them to understand my pain. Exactly. I want you to know the perspective I'm coming from. You show me that you know what I'm feeling by the way that you're listening, by the open-ended questions you're asking back to me. Because to me, it's all about building that relationship of trust, right? Absolutely. I mean, if I feel like somebody is just focusing on the sell and they don't really care about my feelings, my pain, I'm just going to tune you off. But if I have a salesperson that's really engaged, that is truly trying to help me solve a problem, that's willing to listen and willing to help me identify, and even willing to say to me at the end of the day, you know what, my product won't address that concern. I will have more respect for you than way better before. So I think those are some good points. Think about in your sales process, think about listening more, think about helping people more, as opposed to just trying to sell them your product or service. I promise you, if you do that, you will naturally increase your sales. That's what people have come to expect. People do not want to be hard sold anymore, Cory. People expect more of a soft selling approach, more of an understanding of where I'm coming from. And wouldn't you agree that people will get more business if they just took more of a soft approach?
Absolutely. It almost seems cliche, but definitely think about them. Think of where they're coming from. Put yourself in their shoes. And what's worked really well for me is asking the right questions and listening. Those two things can take you a long way in sales.
Yep, it's all about building that relationship of trust. Thank you. We hope this video will help you today in your sales process. Have a great day.